We've seen multiple warnings for severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, even flooding so far today, stretching from Texas all the way into Florida.
And Paul, it's really been an incredible last 24 hours. Take a look at this. This is Midlothian, Texas last night. We had the blowing rain. This happens to be just to the southwest of Dallas. And I remember tracking this storm last evening. It was brutal there. About an inch of rain fell in an hour's time, with winds packing up, gusts up to 70 miles per hour. Also golf ball size hail in that area. Straight line winds toppled trees and power lines in nearby neighborhoods. So Paul, there you go. The power of even just straight line winds.
Yeah, that's in Texas. Let's head north into Russell, Kansas. Take a look at this scene yesterday. A storm chaser caught this tornado touching down in the area. At least this is one of 7 reports of tornadoes in Kansas yesterday, as well as a quarter to golf ball size hail. And the hope is we don't see widespread reports of that today. But Maria, you're going to show us we still have a pretty large area at risk for severe weather, including tornadoes for Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, sometimes with big systems like this, you have it come through with a round of thunderstorms and then you're kind of done. Not at all the case today. Let's start with right now. We have the tornado watch. This part of it, southern Alabama and Florida, you're out until noon Central Time. And then off to the east, it's been extended into southern Georgia, into northern Florida, not quite to Jacksonville, but into Tallahassee and Albany. This out until 4 o'clock Eastern Time. What this means, important to keep in mind that conditions are favorable for severe thunderstorms that are capable of producing tornadoes. But as mentioned, there's still a lot of activity off to the west, and we could be looking at additional watches, severe thunderstorms possible, so we'll keep you ahead of all of that. Now, we've been watching a few areas of showers and thunderstorms. We have this batch. This came through Atlanta and Macon. It's this line in particular that's also produced some wind damage in Florida. But then you have all of this happening in parts of the Houston metro, severe thunderstorm warning for Wharton County, and now this one in through southern Louisiana. We've seen a ton of lightning, and unfortunately it's coming right across I-10 there. So heads up, Lafayette, also Crowley and Scott. It's for Acadia, Lafayette, and St. Landry parishes. Moving off to the east-northeast, this is out until 10:45 Central Time. Gusty damaging winds are possible, maybe some hail too. So a very broad area of severe weather potential all the way from the Ohio Valley down to the Gulf Coast, and as we're seeing here, even across the Gulf Coast of Texas over the next few hours. And speaking of, if you're not seeing bad weather right now in some of these areas, that may not be the case all day, so we want to prepare you. Southern Illinois, western and central Kentucky have a 5 out of 10 on the Torcon. That means a 50% chance within 50-mile radius of that area of seeing a tornado. Have a way to get warnings and pay close attention to the changing weather. And then we have a 3 out of 10 for central and eastern Tennessee, and that includes in through the Nashville area. And of particular concern is, it's the time of year you have a lot of outdoor festivals and activities, and Paul Goodlow is live for us there, and certainly one of those events, Paul, is in Nashville, is that marathon.
Yeah, the marathon, half marathon. I guess the elite runners have finished all those events so far this morning. But I'm here in downtown Nashville, actually about half a mile from downtown at the Poorhouse, the restaurant here on 8th Avenue. And again, temperatures have been in the 50s all morning long. Now they've kind of broached the low 60s, and we're slowly warming up throughout the day. Still seeing some cloud cover, but this will break up as our warm front comes through, and that's going to really heat up and also destabilize our atmosphere, and we could see some severe weather. On the radar right now, the light rain we had last night and this morning, that's out of here, but we're still watching what could happen across the Ohio and Tennessee river valleys here as we head throughout the day. Again, we have much more upper level support, more shear up towards the Ohio Valley. So we put this in motion throughout the afternoon. Boom, thunderstorms erupt, and with that upper level support, a much better chance across the Ohio Valley. Talking about Louisville, even Bowling Green, of seeing more severe thunderstorms, possibly even tornadoes up there. Here in Nashville, we will definitely see some storms, far more isolated, but when they do go, they will go big and bring damage and bring wind and bring hail, possibly even tornadoes as well. And I got over in the last couple of days of the month of April, but coming up on Friday, it's May 1st. It's the anniversary of major flooding here 5 years ago on the Cumberland River. And even though we have a Torcon here of 3 in Nashville, we're hoping we don't see as much severe weather and also not as much rain as we saw 5 years ago. And again, that flash flooding anniversary here in Nashville reminds me of what's going on right now in areas of Texas. I want to bring in our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel. And Greg, again, San Antonio, they were hit the night before last. They were hit again last night and this morning. And potentially, look at our forecast, more storms for Sunday in Central Texas. This could be an ongoing flood event across much of the Lone Star State.
Yeah, it could. And we're also going to get some big weather off to the north of that across parts of the Ohio Valley and the Mid-South. Let's look at the circulation that will be responsible for that severe weather later on today. It's swirling around there across parts of northeastern Kansas. See this guy right out there? That's a cold core upper level low, which is going to be moving eastward across the region. And as it does, right out ahead of it, we're going to see development of thunderstorms across that region, including the St. Louis area. We can time it out as we go through the afternoon hours. Could be some big storms moving through St. Louis, say 4 or 5 o'clock in parts of southern Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and even northern Tennessee by about midnight tonight. So the threat for big storms all along that corridor continues through the afternoon hours as that upper level low rotates east-southeastward across that region. We do have torcons out for this very area for 5 southern Illinois, parts of Kentucky, 3 in central and east Tennessee. 30% chance there of seeing a tornado within 50 miles of a location. It's going to be a busy afternoon, and we'll get on to what's going on in the south coming up at 20 past the hour. Maria, back to you.
All right, Dr. Postel, thank you so much. A lot going on this weekend. We want to get you recharged for the rest of it and plan for the week ahead. Let's hit up Tybee Island, Georgia right now. 72 degrees. Looking okay, but watch out for showers and thunderstorms that'll be quickly moving into your area. We'll continue to track them.
Now at Boston Market, new slow braised pulled pork. So tender, it falls apart. Topped with zesty barbecue or garlic citrus sauce. A bold new taste from the slow roasting experts at Boston Market.
6 smoky hours, 1 tasty dish. Slow braised pulled pork, now at Boston Market.
You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do? Drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
With Liberty Mutual new car replacement, we'll replace the full value of your car. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Stick vacuums are supposed to make life easier. But that hasn't always been the case. Only the latest Dyson cordless vacuums have a powerful V6 digital motor to generate more suction than all other stick vacuums. Even corded ones.
I have a video I want you to watch, and no matter what, I need you to stay focused. Don't take your eyes off the screen.
It's hard to stay focused. Text message alerts from Chevy let you send a text response at the touch of a button so you can focus on driving.
This will make it a little easier to keep my eye on the road.
It's amazing.
Right now, save on a wardrobe remix at Men's Warehouse. Select suits are on sale for $179.99. Select jeans, 2 for $100. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Need an oil change? Let the boys do it for you with our full-service oil change and a multi-point inspection for only $19.99 with coupon. And make your service appointment easily online at petboys.com. Trust the boys to get you there.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms a leading allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control 1 substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Tomorrow at 9.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers. Tomorrow at 9. Only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 74. Winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 95. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Hey, check out this video of thunderstorms rolling on through Stevensville, Texas last night. This is in Arath County, the southwest of Fort Worth. And again, wind gusts clocked over 80 miles per hour. That's hurricane force winds there. And the storms rolled through around 6:30 yesterday evening. Golf ball size hail reported nearby Tolar, Texas as well. A very stormy day, and this could be a very stormy evening and weekend as well across much of Texas. Now, I want to give you some tips on what to do. Perhaps if you're caught out in severe weather, you have a risk of tornadoes in your area. If you're in a car, there's no doubt about it. The safest place for you is inside a sturdy building, a shelter. That's the safest place for you. But again, if you are stuck out in the car, can't get to a shelter, well, you want to avoid stopping under bridges and overpasses. Again, you can actually see the wind increase and more debris funneled under that. That's definitely a danger. And if you are on the road, you want to drive away from the tornado. Move out at right angles. Do not try to cross the path of that tornado. They can easily move a lot faster than your car can move. Again, move away from it, right angles. Don't try to outrun it, Maria, because we all know these tornadoes alone can pack winds over 200 miles per hour, and they can easily move at speeds almost that fast.
Yeah, highway speed not out of the question, right? We had some of those thunderstorms in Florida that were hauling at about 50, 55 miles per hour earlier today. So good advice, Paul. We're going to check back in with Paul in a little bit, but we also want to keep tabs on a couple of other cities that we're watching for severe thunderstorms. And here you go. You have San Antonio, already an active morning, over 2 inches of rainfall in spots across the city. 1/4 of an inch hail reported at SeaWorld, as a matter of fact. Crews responding to several water rescues due to flash flooding. Now, Auburn, Alabama, also in line for severe weather potential. Atlanta, Memphis. Torcons of 3 in place for Auburn and Atlanta, and the Blue City seeing spotty storms throughout the day. So we're going to get specific here, get you ready for the day ahead. The best way to prepare is to avoid the storms, right? Stay close to home, keep the Weather Channel on. We're going to keep you ahead of all of it through the day. Let's take a city like Birmingham, for example, a 3 out of 10 on the Torcon. What that means is a 30% chance within 50-mile radius of seeing a tornado. Now, regardless whether or not tornadoes actually happen, we want to keep you ahead that even severe storms are enough to do a lot of damage. So here's the kind of specifics for a city like Birmingham. You may actually be getting breaks of sunshine. We expect that early. That could actually add to some of the instability. Look for those afternoon and late day scattered showers and thunderstorms, some of which may be severe, and that includes the hail, the winds, and isolated tornadoes. So a good day to make sure that you have a way to get warning. Does your family know the severe weather plan? What is your safe spot? And for instance, if you live in a mobile home, it may be a day where you're thinking about hang out at a friend's house, has a more sturdy construction, or make sure that you have a sturdy shelter that you know you can go to. It's going to be one of those days. Again, we'll be on throughout the day today to keep you ahead of all of that. Now, we do have a break from the rain for Louisville, Kentucky, but we have more thunderstorms expected there too. Joining us now from the National Weather Service in Louisville is Ted Funk. And Ted, thank you so much for taking time out with us. I want to talk about the warm front and the difference in the severe weather potential depending on where you live. An interesting setup happening here.
Yeah, it is, Maria. Right now, that warm front is critical to where the most severe storms will occur late this afternoon and this evening. Right now, we think that warm front will move northeast, but will stall just south of the Louisville metro area, which actually would be good for Louisville because the worst storms would form along and just south of that boundary. But it's going to be close enough that folks in Louisville and really all of central Kentucky are really going to have to keep a heads up this afternoon and this evening to the possibility of severe weather.
And Ted, we know Louisville's kind of been in the weather news recently, flooding and that sort of thing. Are we concerned about the flash flooding potential with some of these heavy rain producers?
Well, any storm can produce very heavy rain, and you're right. We have had a lot of rain and flash flooding, especially across the Louisville area over the last few weeks. So we are somewhat concerned with that, but we are more concerned with the potential for some very large hail from some supercell thunderstorms this afternoon. Actually, golf ball size or even larger is not out of the question. And like you and Paul have said, tornadoes are a possibility, along with some wind damage we think could become a more distinct possibility late this afternoon and evening as those storms kind of congeal into a line and race across our area.
All right, Ted Funk with the National Weather Service out of Louisville, Kentucky. As always, thank you so much for your time with us today, giving us another perspective on the severe weather. And you saw that forecast, showers and thunderstorms later today, not only heavy rain, but the possibility of large hail. Now, Atlanta, another city we'll keep an eye on. Low clouds right now, but later could get stormy. We'll time it out.
Why do we do it? Why do we spend every waking moment thinking about people? Why are we so committed to keeping you connected? Why combine performance with a conscience? Why innovate for a future without accidents? Why do any of it? Why do all of it? Because if it matters to you, it's everything to us. The XC60 crossover from Volvo. Lease the well-equipped Volvo XC60 today. Visit your local Volvo showroom for details.
Incredible! I've been Claritin Clear for 10 days.
When your allergy symptoms start, doctors recommend taking one Claritin every day of your allergy season for continuous relief.
With powerful 24-hour non-drowsy Claritin, live Claritin Clear. Every day.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Hang up tires.
We all enter this world with a shout. Robert! And we see no reason to stop. Yeah! So CVS Health is creating industry-leading programs and tools that help people stay on medicines as their doctors prescribed. It could help save tens of thousands of lives every year. And that would be something worth shouting about. CVS Health. Because health is everything.
Oh, I love game night. Oh, it's a house and a car.
So far, you're horrible at this, Flo.
Yeah, no talent for drawing, Flo. House, car. Oh, raise the roof. No one?
Remember when we used to raise the roof, Diane?
Oh, quiet, Richard. I'm trying to make sense of Flo's terrible drawing.
I'll draw the pants off that thing.
Oh, hats on hamburgers. Dancing. Drive-in movie theater.
Home and auto.
Squares.
Lamp. Lines. Stupid, dumb.
No! Home and auto bundle from Progressive. Saves you money. Yay, game night. So much fun.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
With Nutrisystem, lose up to 15 pounds by summer and feel great.
I'm Melissa Joan Hart, and I lost 40 pounds on Nutrisystem. My energy is back, and I can't stop smiling about it.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week and 1 inch off your waist, or your money back guaranteed.
I'm JD Francis, and I lost 30 pounds on Nutrisystem. I did it, and I'm not done yet.
I'm Dan. I lost 22 pounds with Nutrisystem.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of specially selected meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes to rev your metabolism free. And 1 week of Craving Crusher shakes to crush those cravings free.
I'm Marie, and I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem. There's never been a better time to get started. Trust me, Nutrisystem worked for me, and I know it'll work for you too.
Call 877-984-THIN right now and get Fast 5 Plus with shakes free.
tomorrow at 9.
One man's trash
Get to work.
is another man's totally awesome beer can space heater. Hi.
Brainstormers, tomorrow at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 74. Winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 95. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to Weekend Recharge. I'm meteorologist Paul Gurley here in Nashville, Tennessee, where the St. Jude's Country Music Marathon and Half Marathon got off this morning at 7 o'clock. Streets were wet, but the rain had ended, and temperatures now have moved from the upper 50s this morning to the mid-60s, 66 degrees. And again, we could get into the low 80s today, and that could give us strong and severe thunderstorms and possibly even tornadoes. Again, we're waiting for a warm front to come through. When it does so, we're going to have, again, a warm air aloft. It's called a cap layer, which could limit how many thunderstorms we see develop. But eventually, some might bust through that cap, and the ones that do will go severe pretty quickly and give us damaging winds, hail, and possibly even tornadoes. We have a 3 in the Torcon for this area, mainly for later on this afternoon, and it could also linger into the evening. So be aware if you have outdoor afternoon and evening plans here across much of the Mid-South. But also right now we have ongoing severe concerns across areas of the Texas Gulf Coast. With more on that, let's bring in our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel. Greg?
Paul, thank you very much. Big storms are rolling out of East Texas into southwest Louisiana, right along the Gulf Coast. Let's look at the radar right now. We got some severe thunderstorm warnings for Acadia, Lafayette, and St. Landry parishes in Louisiana until 10:45 a.m. Central Time. I've done some slicing and dicing my way through here. There's some pretty strong winds, I think, in there, and this complex will not weaken, I don't think, in the near term as it rolls across southern Louisiana, probably getting close to New Orleans in the next couple of hours. So keep an eye to the skies, even if you live farther to the east. We got a severe thunderstorm watch out for this part of the Gulf Coast, including southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana, until 1 o'clock. But watch out ahead of that, because I can tell you this storm complex looks pretty nasty as it goes through noon, 1 o'clock local time, Central Time. You see this cluster of storms continues to move slowly eastward, getting into southern Mississippi and southern Alabama as well. These guys mean business, I think, and could be severe as we go through the early afternoon hours in southern Alabama and Mississippi and eastern Louisiana. Farther to the east, we've got some thunderstorms right now. None of these are severe in southern Georgia, Alabama, and North Florida, along and just north of the I-10 corridor, which is right there. Some of these earlier today were severe. They're not now. They're running to some more stable air. And we have a tornado watch out until 4 o'clock Eastern Time, with the expectation that the tornadic conditions will improve or increase later on during the afternoon hours. We have torcons of 3 throughout the entire afternoon, even as far north as North Georgia. Now watch this. As I run this out across the southeast, you see big storms roll across South Georgia this morning and early afternoon, and then more come in from the west. Some of this is associated with that complex that's out in Louisiana and Texas right now, that by this evening will be back into play in Georgia and Alabama and North Florida. This is why we have the torcons of 3 and the tornado watch lasting at least through 4 o'clock. Back to you, Maria.
All right, Dr. Greg, we want to get everyone ready for today, tomorrow, as you saw Monday, even the severe potential with that 7-day stretch. Believe it or not, taking us into the first day of May. I can't believe it. All right, today, the severe weather thread that we've been tracking, but also some pretty nice chilly weather in parts of the Northeast, but dry. Across the west, though, we're happy to report that there's rain and even snow in through the Sierra Nevada. So Look at on Sunday that severe threat continues in the Central Plains. I want to quickly get to, I believe, a new tornado warning. Yes, on the radar right now. This is out of Leon County in Florida, out until noon Eastern time. This has been with a line of thunderstorms that have been going since this morning. Okay, this is just to the east of Tallahassee, but right along I-10. So if you are in this area, now is the time to seek shelter. It looks like the Doppler's indicating that there may be some rotation. This is within the watch area. Sorry, Catherine, I didn't catch that. It's moving off to the east at about 25 miles per hour. So again, right along Interstate 10. With the severe threat continuing today within this watch area through 4 o'clock Eastern time, the conditions are favorable. So if you are, again, in this area, seek shelter now. Lowest level of your home. Interior room like a closet or a bathroom, the next best thing. We'll pick this up after the break.
My goal was to finally get in shape, not to be focusing on my moderate to severe chronic plaque psoriasis. So I finally made a decision to talk to my dermatologist about Humira. Humira works inside my body to target and help block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to my symptoms. In clinical trials, most adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis saw 75% skin clearance, and the majority of people were clear or almost clear in just 4 months.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Ask your dermatologist about Humira, because with Humira, clear skin is possible.
Think your tropical vacation can't get any better than this? Xperio UV superior polarized sun lenses eliminate 100% of blinding reflective glare and offer the maximum UV protection. Ask for Xperio UV superior polarized sun lenses for the best vision under the sun.
Hey neighbor, this weekend only at your neighborhood Ace, buy 1 bag of Scott's Weed and Feed and get Scott's Lawn Food for free. That's a $15.99 value, because getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Who needs a witness when you set the world in motion? The full line of Ram ProMaster vans and the all-new Ram ProMaster City. Purpose-built to help you run the town. Ram.
25,000 mornings, give or take, is all we humans get. We spend them on treadmills, we spend them in traffic, and if we get lucky, really lucky, it dawns on us to go spend them in a world where a simple sunrise can still be magic. 25,000 mornings. Make sure some of them are pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
My budget was always second-guessing me when I'd buy stuff for the family. Fingerhut, 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 Fingerhut. At Fingerhut.com, we can shop with low monthly payments, over 200,000 items and growing from brands like Samsung, Lego, and KitchenAid. Just click on over to Fingerhut.com to get the credit you deserve and great stuff for your family. Oh, not Fingerhut. I got that at a garage sale for $1.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, tomorrow at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 74. Winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 95. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures, and every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Welcome back to Weekend Recharge and tracking severe weather, and we have a new tornado warning we want to show you in Florida. This within the tornado watch, and it's that storm there that you have through Leon County, and you see that outlined in red out until noontime Eastern time. And National Weather Service is picking up some rotation. The signature on the Doppler is showing that, but it is tracking right along Interstate 10 just to the east of Tallahassee. It is moving off to the east, and you can see Black Creek by you at 11:47, Homestead Ridge at 11:42. But this is a very dangerous storm. It is within that watch area. So if you are in some of these spots, and again, right along Interstate 10, it seems to be tracking due east right now. This is a very dangerous situation. Go to the lowest level of your home. If you don't have a basement, the next best thing is an interior room like a closet or a bathroom. Stay away from windows and try and put as many walls between you and the outside. So that is key. But as we look at this, you can see on the radar a little bit of an appendage, a little bit of a hook. And so that indicates, just looking at that part of the radar signature, that there may be some rotation. And now we're looking at the wind velocities. And what we look for if we're trying to find rotation is if there's some sort of couplet with winds going towards the radar and winds going away from the radar. And you see a little bit of brightening on the green there that is going towards the radar. And it doesn't look like you're seeing much red or a really strong signature. However, you are really close to the radar, so that's another factor into it. Regardless, possible damaging winds with this, and we'll continue to track this. So there you go, timing it out, Wadesboro near you at 11:49. Again, tornado warning for Leon County with it moving east right along Interstate 10. So obviously we have a lot of active weather happening right now, and my partner is in Nashville, Paul Goodlow, this morning, also tracking the potential there. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Maria. Again, Tennessee is just one of about 14 states and about 40 million people at risk for severe weather on this Saturday. And in fact, even more as we head towards tomorrow. You can hear the train coming in here to Nashville, but we had a busy morning. We had some rain showers, and then if you look behind me, we're actually now starting to see some breaks in the clouds. There's some blue sky. All this will lead to a great late morning, but eventually could lead to more severe weather here. And again, that could turn perhaps even tornadic as we head throughout the day. We'll talk more about the timing coming up. Maria?
All right, Paul, and we know that the storms that have been going and have come through places like Hays, Kansas, packing a punch for sure. This is a lot of hail, baseball-size hail from a supercell thunderstorm Friday afternoon. There were 2 small tornadoes also reported with this system, Paul.
Yeah, certainly there, but also south of there in Texas, also getting pounded last night. Take a look at this video, 80-mile-per-hour wind gust. Trees almost touching the ground. They've been bent over so far by the wind here. And again, the storm also produced quarter-size hail. The good news is no reports of tornadoes, but still, winds of 80 miles per hour definitely did do some damage. Saw a trail of damage from damage to homes, trees, even power lines. 30,000 were still without power this morning because of storms that blew through last night. And Maria, again, we're potentially going to see more scenes like this as we head throughout today.
Yeah, use this as kind of a visual of what these storms are capable of even as we go through today. And this is what also we're hearing about the severe weather, that golf ball size hail fell and reported in Galveston Island, Texas. CenterPoint Energy says 49,000 people without power in the greater Houston area. And that's according to today's thunderstorms. And it's also causing departure and arrival delays of up to 30 minutes in Houston Bush Intercontinental Airport. So obviously travel, maybe some bumpy flights to say the least. All right, let's get you up to date on what's happening right now with the tornado watches. We have them for southern Alabama and into Florida. That part of the watch out until noon Central Time, but that's been extended over the last 2 hours or so to 4 o'clock Eastern Time to include southern Georgia and also just to the west of Jacksonville. This is where we have conditions that are favorable for for tornadoes to develop from very strong thunderstorms. We have that now. In fact, we have that tornado warning that's just to the east of Tallahassee, but the severe storms are still going here in southern Louisiana, including in through Cameron and Vermilion Parish out for the next few minutes. Possibility of some damaging winds, maybe some hail, and here too along Interstate 10. So if you're in the Lafayette area, you're getting slammed right now, but Jennings, Lake Arthur, heads up for you. If you're in these areas and you're thinking about headed out, just give it a few minutes here, maybe an hour, and let this move on because it is cruising off to the east here. So we'll be tracking that. It was a rough day yesterday in southern Louisiana too, with hail reported yesterday. Now today, it's a big area from the Ohio Valley down to the Gulf Coast. A couple of areas want to hit up for potential on the tornado scale here. The Torcon, southern Illinois and western and central Kentucky, a 5 out of 10 on the Torcon. We head to central Tennessee where we have a 3 out of 10 on the Torcon, which is important because right now things are fairly quiet. Our Paul Goodlow is there live for us. And Paul, this is one of those complicated situations where it's relatively quiet, but a lot of factors going into what could make it very stormy later today.
Definitely. I've been here all morning, Maria, and again, this is the warmest it's been, and it will continue to warm throughout the day. Got here is about 57, 58 degrees, and the marathon started, I'm thinking, great weather for running. Again, temperature was about 60 during the start of the marathon. Now we're up to 66 degrees, and you can see we're starting to see patches of blue break out here in the sky, and eventually that will allow more of that sun to come down, heat that ground. The ground heats the air starts to rise, but right now we have a warmer layer aloft, so that rising air can't rise too high because of that cap in the atmosphere. But eventually, if you have that strong enough rising, it can bust through that cap, and then you have the storms erupt, and those storms can go severe pretty quickly. So we're limited in terms of the scope of how much severe we can see in a broad sense of severe, but the ones that do, the isolated storms that do go severe, or that pop up, will go severe. So definitely is a concern. We actually have a 3 on the Torcon here. We're expecting our best chance of severe weather to pop up here in the afternoon and continue into the early evening hours.
Now at Boston Market, new slow braised pulled pork. So tender, it falls apart. Topped with zesty barbecue or garlic citrus sauce. A bold new taste from the slow roasting experts at Boston Market.
6 smoky hours, 1 tasty dish. Slow braised pulled pork, now at Boston Market.
If you're an adult with type 2 diabetes and your A1C is not at goal with certain diabetes pills or daily insulin, your doctor may be talking about adding medication to help lower your A1C. Ask your doctor if adding once-a-week Tanzium is right for you. Once-a-week Tanzium is an injectable prescription medicine that may improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes, along with diet and exercise. Once-a-week Tanzium works by helping your body release its own natural insulin when it's needed. Tanzium is not recommended as the first medicine to treat diabetes or in people with severe stomach or intestinal problems. Tanzium is not insulin. It is not used to treat type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis and has not been studied with mealtime insulin. Do not take Tanzium if you or your family have a history of medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you're allergic to Tanzium or any of its ingredients. Stop using Tanzium and call your doctor right away if you experience symptoms of an allergic reaction, which may include itching, rash, or difficulty breathing. If you have signs of pancreatitis, such as severe stomach pain that will not go away and may move to your back, with or without vomiting. Or if you have symptoms of thyroid cancer, which include a lump or swelling in your neck, hoarseness, trouble swallowing, or shortness of breath. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions and all medicines you're taking. And if you're nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Taking Tanzium with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects with Tanzium include diarrhea, nausea, injection site reactions, cough, back pain, and cold or flu symptoms. Some serious side effects can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney failure. Ask your doctor if adding once-a-week Tanzium is right for you. Go to Tanzium.com to learn if you may be eligible to receive Tanzium free for 12 months. Make every week a Tanzium week.
From coast to coast, in every state, people all across the nation are learning something new. That the best way to protect their cars, trucks, and SUVs is with WeatherTech floor liners. They're laser measured to perfectly protect your specific vehicle. Front, back, even up the sides. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech floor liners, proudly made in America.
Gonna wash the dust off my soul. Gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may. I'm making a beautiful day.
You're only young once, unless you have a Subaru.
The Subaru XV Crosstrek. Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 34 mpg. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Joseph A. Bank presents the 70% off sale. All suits, all sport coats, select dress pants and sportswear. All 70% off. Sale ends Sunday. Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low 74. Winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 95. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to Weekend Recharge. Take a live look at Tybee Island, Georgia, where rain is coming on through. We are definitely in that zone for thunderstorms and a lot of lightning around here as well. The beach, not a place you want to be when you have thunderstorms in the area. And by the way, there is no safe place outdoors when you have lightning in the area. This is not the best of beach days. And you see this guy actually walking on the beach. Yeah, not the ideal thing to do. Just check the radar. There is plenty of lightning in the area. And by the way, lightning can strike more than 10 miles from the parent cloud. And again, much of coastal Georgia in that zone for thunderstorms and severe weather. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee right now, standing at the Poorhouse on 8th Avenue here, and we're seeing some sunshine. Eventually, this will destabilize our atmosphere, especially towards the afternoon hours, and we can see isolated storms, and they can definitely easily and quickly go severe as well. Take a look at our radar here. We're the bulk of our moisture down towards the Gulf Coast states across areas of southeastern Texas, pushing into southern Louisiana, as well as southern Georgia and the Florida Panhandle, pushing even to the low country of South Carolina as well. Now, the forecast is for our watches as well to continue. In fact, we have a new severe thunderstorm watch, which does include you in New Orleans and Gulfport and even Biloxi, Mississippi until 6 o'clock local time. So again, that means in and around that area, we are seeing the potential for severe thunderstorms, and some of those, even if just in the severe watch, could produce tornadoes, not just our tornado watch area. Again, we time this out in terms of our forecast. Southern Georgia still getting pounded by rain. So will the Big Easy. You got to remember, day 2 of the Jazz Fest, you definitely want to pay attention. You definitely hear rumbles of thunder. They stopped early yesterday because of the storms. And eventually we'll see that wave kind of erupt again as it pushes on towards Birmingham and Atlanta later on this evening. So just like Nashville, where the rain has stopped for the time being, got some blue sky, it is not over. We can definitely see some more storms, even Atlanta. Your storm threat does continue to increase as we head throughout this afternoon into this evening, and we still have a torcon up for Atlanta. Not as high as it used to be, but still a 30% chance of seeing tornadoes within 50 miles of Atlanta. Maria?
All right, Paul, it is good advice to keep in mind, good things to keep in mind, because it's, if you're not storming now, it may be later. But one area not necessarily dealing with storms at all is in the Northeast. You're dealing with the chill. Take a look at these temperatures. We had some record lows, including in Islip, New York, down into the 30s today. But Boston, you're sitting at 48, 39 in Pittsburgh. You had snow this morning. Harrisburg reported a record trace of snowfall this morning, a record for the date. Unbelievable, right? Climbing out of the 40s degrees in New York and Boston, but kind of hanging in there from Burlington over to Buffalo. Notice the showers staying in places like Charleston, south of the D.C. metro, trying to nudge up towards Baltimore, so you may get a few sprinkles as we get closer into the evening hours. But what about tomorrow? Any chance to recover? Not really. Going to kind of be in the same boat here. A little bit below average by about 5 degrees in most spots. It gets you into the 60s in some areas, but even through Monday, just staying in the 50s from Buffalo to Pittsburgh, and maybe a few showers. It's not until Tuesday that cities like D.C. get a little chance to recover into the upper 60s then. Now further south, the Big Easy. It's all about the 2015 New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival that's going on. Started yesterday into this weekend. Now, you could be dodging some afternoon storms too. I was there this week, and in today's Momorology, we're getting you storm ready for all the elements. Well, it's that time of year, whether you're going out with the family or just maybe a soccer game with the kids, we want to make sure that you are prepared for whatever event that you have going on. In particular, we're outside the New Orleans Jazz Festival, big music festival kicking off here this weekend. And to be storm ready, you have to be ready. So let's help you do that. You know things can get pretty muddy if you're caught in a storm. So the first things first, make sure you have all weather foot gear, because that'll really help. And remember, they make great little rain boots for the little ones. Just keep them in your trunk just in case. And speaking of just in case, you don't want to be caught out in the rain. These are nice and handy and portable, and they come in adult sizes and kid sizes. Inexpensive, really easy to keep in your backpack, especially for those venues that maybe won't let you bring that umbrella in. And you want to make sure that you and your kiddos stay safe in the sun. You don't want any little rosy cheeks or sunburns. Make sure they have the SPF and the sunscreen. And what better way to keep them cool than maybe with a little cool handy fan. These are fun, and it'll help take the edge off the heat, especially if they have to be outside for a long time. So with that in mind, keep your family safe. Make sure that your kids also know your severe weather plan, whether it's inside your house or outdoor at an event like this, like a festival. And part of it is being aware of the weather around you. We have that severe thunderstorm watch just issued. Includes New Orleans, by the way, out until 6 o'clock Central Time. We do have some severe storms that we are tracking in that area. Moving off to the east in Louisiana, including Acadia Parish and Iberia Parish, Lafayette as well.
Why do we do it? Why do we spend every waking moment thinking about people? Why are we so committed to keeping you connected? Why combine performance with a conscience? Why innovate for a future without accidents? Why do any of it? Why do all of it? Because if it matters to you, it's everything to us. The XC60 crossover from Volvo. Lease the well-equipped Volvo XC60 today. Visit your local Volvo showroom for details.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Making a fist. Something we do to show resolve, to defend ourselves, to declare victory.
That's how you do it.
So CVS Health provides expert support and vital medicine
Make a fist for me?
at our infusion centers or in patients' homes. We help them fight the good fight. CVS Health, because health is everything.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Skin's ability to retain moisture weakens with age. New Gold Bond Strength and Resilience has skin-plumping moisturizers and proteins from the Resurrection Plant to bring skin back to life. 84% saw an improvement in skin texture in 5 days. Gold Bond Strength and Resilience.
Living with diabetes, it's really important for me to take care of my skin. It's a schedule. It's must do every day.
Gold Bond Diabetics Dry Skin Relief. 9 out of 10 saw noticeable improvement in just 1 hour. Dry skin is under control.
Gold Bond really works.
The Luxury Uncovered event is going on now at Alpacker Lincoln. Enjoy exceptional savings on your favorite Lincoln models, like a 2015 Lincoln MKX, just $389 a month, or the new 2015 Lincoln Navigator, just $599 a month. And bottom line windshield pricing on over 200 new Lincolns. The Luxury Uncovered event at Alpaca Lincoln on Military Trail. And remember,
Before you ride, Price Packer.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 50. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low 74. Winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 95. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We continue to follow the developing story out of Nepal. About now 1,000 people killed after a powerful 7.1 earthquake. It was centered 50 miles northwest of Kathmandu. Officials calling it the worst quake to hit Nepal in over 80 years. Buildings, roads suffering the majority of the damage you can see right here. Tremors could also be felt in India and Pakistan. There are also reports that the quake triggered an avalanche on Mount Everest, so crisis there. Also hearing about lots of aftershocks. Unfortunately, this will continue to be developing situation through the day. All right, back here stateside, we have severe weather to contend with. Our Dr. Greg Postel is here. I mean, you have the south, the southeast, but now also the Midwest and the Ohio Valley you got to watch.
We have to watch this area because probably the strongest of all upper level pieces of energy are up that way. Now moving through parts of Kansas and Missouri. You can see that circulation very well. Nicely. Very well defined out here. And that's a cold pocket aloft that's going to be swinging its way through parts of Missouri during the late morning and early afternoon local time. You can even see some showers and storms trying to pop out ahead of where the core of that vortex is. And as it moves eastward, watch how this radar, this future radar, shows you where that circulation is. And right out ahead of it, we see some storms in the St. Louis area. 4 or 5 o'clock this evening. Those could be hailers, maybe even a tornado or two across this part of the country. The Ohio Valley and Mid-South has a shot at some severe weather through the afternoon and evening hours, probably winding down after dark with the loss of the heating from the sun, but still we could be dealing with some big storms rolling through in the late evening hours.
So that low provides a couple of things, the cold air aloft, that leads to instability, but also the changing direction of winds with height.
I think that's right, and it's exactly right. As it approaches, not when it's on top of you, but as it approaches, you'll start to see the atmosphere try to respond to its approach, and by that it tends to trigger thunderstorm development, and we'll see that through the afternoon hours. And we have torcons that are pretty high, 4s and 5s, and even a 3 here in central and east Tennessee. 30% chance of a tornado within 50 miles.
Which has been fairly quiet right now, but when you have a 3, it's not 0. So we want to keep that in mind. A lot of activity, though, along the Gulf Coast. I-10 between Louisiana and Florida right now. Wow.
This means business. This is a very heavy cluster of thunderstorms, meaning there's a lot of rain with it. We've been tracking it all morning coming out of Texas. There's a pretty strong upper level disturbance moving through as well, bringing a lot of heavy rain, as you mentioned, to parts of the I-10 corridor between Lake Charles and even locations farther to the east near Lafayette. We have a severe thunderstorm warning here in southern Louisiana for Lafayette, St. Landry, and St. Martin counties until 11:45. And Maria, let's look in tight on this guy because we have this severe thunderstorm warning pretty well monitored here. It's got that backward C shape right through here. I just looked at the observations in Lafayette. I didn't see any strong wind gusts at the airport there, but that doesn't mean there aren't any hiding inside of the structure, because my thinking is with this sort of clearing behind it, or this minimum in reflectivity, that suggests to me that there's some subsidence that it's pushing out ahead and leading to some strong winds right near Arnaudville.
And you've got it following I-10 basically, so.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. It moves across the southern part of Louisiana. Stay tuned for all the latest.
All right, we'll pick it up after the break.
Lowe's presents how to get inside someone's head.
I love the wicker.
I'd prefer the wood finish.
Green feels right.
Has to be blue.
2 seats is perfect.
3 seats would be better.
Those cushions really match your dress.
So, the other one then?
Let's get this one.
What are you thinking?
Nothing. Now get 10% off select planners at Lowe's, where your style comes together.
Shop Lowe's for all your spring gardening needs. Plants, tools, and the knowledgeable people who can help you spring into spring.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
Average women's tees versus a gawking gopher. Duluth Trading Longtail Tees versus a gawking gopher. The Duluth Longtail Tee. 2 extra inches to defend your back end. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
If you take multiple medications, a dry mouth can be a common side effect. That's why there's Biotene. It comes in oral rinse, spray, or gel, so there's moisturizing relief for everyone. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as one treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
That's why we get real local the moment you need it.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida.
Real accurate.
This is round 1 of the severe storms that are coming through.
From real experts on the ground.
That is a gust front for you right there in Dusty, Texas. Wow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Just incredible images of the powerful thunderstorms we've seen over the last few days. We've got them going on again today. So we want to keep you ahead of everything. Let's show you some of the active weather. And we're going to first start with the watches because these are the heads up. If you're not seeing the rough weather, this is giving you the indication that you may very well. You have portions of western Louisiana and Texas. That severe thunderstorm watch is out of effect until 1 o'clock Central, but then you have it extended now off to the east here until 6 p.m. Central Time, includes southern Mississippi as well, by the way, as New Orleans. Now, the tornado watch, this part of it is set to expire shortly, but we still have the eastern part of it out until 4 o'clock Eastern Time, includes Tallahassee, not quite to Jacksonville. Regardless, though, of some powerful thunderstorms happening right now, we expect more to develop, especially in this area in red, all the way from cities like St. Louis down to Louisville, Nashville. We're keeping an eye on that area in particular with the Torcon for southern Illinois as well as western and central Kentucky. 5 out of 10 on the Torcon. This is a big heads up to start talking to your family about what to do in case there is a warning. Do it now while the weather is relatively quiet. And then you have a 3 out of 10 for central and eastern Tennessee. It is low on the scale, but we always say it is not 0. The potential is there to see some really powerful thunderstorms. Same situation in northern Alabama into northern Georgia. Have to keep an eye on this area in particular. 3 out of 10 on the Torcon. Regardless of whether or not there is a tornado or not, we have some very strong thunderstorms that could be developing. And talk about developing, we get this to move to the east, and then we see things get active again tomorrow with another round of ingredients here in a very similar area that has seen it the last day or two. And that includes northern Texas and into central Texas. Already looking ahead to a Torcon of 3 out of 10 for central Texas once again. So we'll keep an eye on the Dallas metro area in through Waco again for tomorrow afternoon. As far as today goes, keeping an eye on cities like Atlanta. Right now, cloudy, 63. But again, a Torcon of 3 for you today. More severe coverage next.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low 74. Winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 95. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I'm meteorologist Maria LaRosa with this extended edition of Weekend Recharge to help you get ahead of the severe weather. We have severe storms right now we want to get to. We also have a new severe thunderstorm watch that has been posted for parts of Mississippi and Louisiana. Let's take a look. Those boxes in yellow is where we have the latest warning, and this is for Lafayette, St. Landry, and St. Martin parishes in Louisiana. That's you in Crowley, Lafayette, and New Iberia. This is out until 11:45 Central Time. These are moving off to the east right along I-10. Gusty winds in excess of 60 miles per hour possible. Look at Baton Rouge for you out ahead of it. Also want to give a big heads up. We have the PGA Tour as well as Jazz Fest going on in New Orleans, and these storms will continue to move off to these events. I'm sure they are storm ready, but you want to give them that extra heads up. So welcome back to Weekend Recharge. Very stormy Saturday. I'm Maria LaRosa at the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta. Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Maria. I'm meteorologist Paul Goodlow here in Nashville, Tennessee at the Whorehouse here on 8th Avenue, where we're actually overlooking a pretty nice Saturday morning here in Nashville after a wet, kind of cool start. But again, with the sunshine coming out, we could easily see some more severe weather. We're going to time that out and kind of tell you what could be limiting the amount of severe weather we see here in Middle Tennessee coming up in a few minutes. Maria?
All right, Paul, we've also been tracking a lot of heavy rain. Take a look, Tuscaloosa, Alabama this morning. Quite a bit of lightning, too. And this is from Twitter via Fred Davenport. We had cloudy skies, more thunderstorms expected, though, this afternoon, so we'll keep an eye on that, Paul.
That's right. Take a look at just a little farther south there into Dallas, Texas. Storms rolled through. This is a time lapse. We're going to speed this up here. You can see a few rain showers, and then as we head throughout the afternoon, wow, it seems like the skies just opened up. The skies darkened, and the rain was just dumping down. Gusty winds, hail, and we're talking about at the height over 50,000 customers without power. You can't even see the city in that shot. And eventually, as quickly as it moved in, it started to move on out, and eventually we started seeing the calm after the storm. We even saw some sunshine towards the tail end of this time lapse. But again, this is what we're concerned about as it continues to spread eastward. There it is, the sunshine shining again back on downtown Dallas. And that's the concern, Maria. We could see more scenes like that with very limited visibility. Heavy rain and gusty damaging winds continue across much of the southeastern quarter of the U.S.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. All of that has really pushed off to the east. Amazingly, Dallas will be under the gun again tomorrow. So we'll get to that, but let's start with today and what's happening right now. The shaded areas in yellow, these are the severe thunderstorm watches. The western part of it, including Lake Charles and Houston, out until 1 o'clock Central Time. This part, including New Orleans as well as southern Mississippi, out until 6 o'clock Central Time. And then you have in red, the tornado watches. This one out until 4 o'clock Eastern Time. We already have some severe thunderstorms warned in that area. We'll get to that in a second, but you can see those two spots really lighting up right now, including severe thunderstorms that are approaching the New Orleans area. So we watch this area from the Ohio Valley down to the Gulf Coast. Torcana 5 today for southern Illinois and western and central Kentucky. But we were talking to Paul, and we've got a 3 out of 10 on the Torcon for central and eastern Tennessee. And that is important to know because it is not 0 on the scale. And that kind of day, Paul, in a city like Nashville, that you really have to pay attention to the changing situation because it may very well be isolated.
You certainly do, Maria, and I got to tell you, today's weather, this morning's weather, really kind of can allow people to let their guard down because it was raining last night. And, great sleeping weather, in my opinion. You have the pitter-patter raindrops coming down, and it's dark in the morning, and the sun rises around 6 o'clock, but when you have the clouds out, it doesn't seem that bright in your room. Great weather to sleep in. And then you come out to, what's this? This is about 11 o'clock in the morning. You're seeing some breaks in the clouds. The streets are dried up. You're thinking, I'm going to do my chores throughout the day, do my honey-do list or whatever, but you have to be on guard because as we head throughout the day, the sunshine, that will peak out and the temperatures quickly going from the upper 60s now, blasting through the 70s into the low 80s. That's fuel for thunderstorms. Doesn't feel unstable right now, doesn't feel steamy or sticky yet, but that will change throughout the day, and that could give us severe weather. In fact, we look at the radar, nothing right now, but the timing of the radar will show you thunderstorms, a better chance up towards the Ohio Valley, but still even here in Middle Tennessee, towards the mid-afternoon, we'll see some storms coming on through, and the few storms that will pop will most likely go severe, produce some hail and damaging winds, and still can't rule out the risk of tornadoes as well. So we still have a torcon here in Nashville of a 3, meaning a 30% chance of seeing tornadoes within 50 miles of this area in Tennessee. But we do have a higher risk of storms going on north of us as well as south of us. I want to bring in our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel. We're already seeing warnings out towards Savannah and Tybee Island in Georgia, but even Louisiana and New Orleans, where the Jazz Fest is going on, Greg, they're dealing with their fair share of severe weather going on now and the threat for today.
That's exactly right, Paul. Let's look at Louisiana and the thunderstorms that are ongoing right now. Somewhere between 80 and 100 miles west of New Orleans, we got big storms, a lot of rain, inches of rain coming down with some gusty winds. And some of these storms inside of this line have been issued severe. In other words, the National Weather Service has gone ahead and issued severe thunderstorm warnings for some of these elements inside of that line, in particular for Lafayette, St. Landry, and St. Martin Parish until 11:45 a.m. Central Time. There's also another one just to the northeast of that, just to the northwest of Baton Rouge for Iberville and West Baton Rouge parishes until 11:30 a.m. Central Time. The primary hazards with these will be some strong gusty winds, perhaps up to 60 miles per hour. This whole area is under a severe thunderstorm watch until 6 o'clock tonight. And see that little red area to the right on the right side of that screen? That's a tornado watch, and I'll get to that in a second. We got to first time out the storms over Louisiana. They are going to go through New Orleans in the next couple of hours, make it a rainy time of it, certainly in the city, and then move on off toward the east. And as they get into parts of southern Alabama, they have the potential to be tornadic as well. The conditions there are right. I would not be surprised to see more watches, tornado watches, issued later on today in this part of the country. Maria, back to you.
Yeah, just starting, Dr. Greg. Thank you so much. Want to take a look at Tybee Island, Georgia. That is near Savannah. Pouring down rain right now. In fact, parts of those areas of Georgia looking at a severe thunderstorm warning, including Chatham, Liberty, and Bryan counties out until 1 o'clock.
Now at Boston Market, new slow-braised pulled pork. So tender, it falls apart. Topped with zesty barbecue or garlic citrus sauce. A bold new taste from the slow roasting experts at Boston Market.
6 smoky hours, 1 tasty dish. Slow-braised pulled pork, now at Boston Market.
They may claim good performance, but typically cordless vacuums deliver weak suction. The issue originates here. To make their vacuum smaller, most others make their motor smaller and less powerful. But at Dyson, we've invented the small but powerful V6 digital motor, spinning at up to 110,000 RPM, giving our latest cordless vacuums twice the suction of all others.
I've seen hurricanes, floods, I've seen tornadoes. We give out Duracell batteries after the worst happens. And when the power's out for days, we stay with them. You might say they lost everything, but that's not what I see. I see a different kind of power. I saw it in Ruth, Adam, Tom. It's the power they have inside of them. The power to move forward.
At Duracell, we believe that's the power that never, ever goes out.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms a leading allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control 1 substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Joseph A. Bank presents the 70% off sale. All suits, all sport coats, select dress pants and sportswear, all 70% off. Sale ends Sunday. Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Hankook Tires.
We'll be back Monday morning with a complete wrap-up following the severe weather. A look ahead at more storms as they threaten the south once again. We'll see you Monday morning, 5 a.m. Wake Up with Al and AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 74. Winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, mainly clear. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 95. Here's our 7-day outlook.
In a matter of seconds, your life can change.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program is back.
Things were just going everywhere. And then it was silent.
This was it.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Welcome back to Weekend Recharge. We're tracking severe weather as it approaches the Georgia coastline. Here's a live look out of Tybee Island, Georgia. Can barely see the beach out there because of reduced visibility. Rain coming down as a severe thunderstorm is rolling on through the area. In fact, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning here, including Savannah, including Tybee, and parts of the coastal islands there of Georgia for Long, Liberty, and McIntosh counties. This warning goes until 1 o'clock local time, and we're dealing with this storm moving the southeast at 45 miles per hour. So we're talking about wind gusts starting there and perhaps even going stronger than that. Now, the good news is we're not seeing as intense lightning strikes as we were earlier, so it's weakening somewhat. That's a sign of weakening, but it's still a potentially dangerous and even deadly storm. We're still seeing about over 250 lightning strikes over the last 15 minutes or so. That's down from earlier, but still, it's still packing a punch, Maria. And even here in Nashville, where we're seeing some more warmer conditions and little breaks in the clouds, we also could see some severe weather as we head on towards this afternoon. Maria?
Yeah, it's all about things developing and also, of course, happening right now. So along with Nashville, where Paul is, we're keeping an eye on a couple of other cities for the severe thunderstorms. San Antonio, I mean, you want to talk about severe. This is another aspect of it. The heavy rain, more than 2 inches in spots around the city. We also had quarter-inch hail reported at SeaWorld, and crews are responding to several water rescues due to that flash flooding. Auburn, Alabama, also watching you closely. Atlanta, Memphis, all torcons of 3 in these areas, and expected to see some spotty storms as we get into the afternoon. So looking live at some of those spots right now. Let's give you details here, kind of roll up our sleeves and get into the nitty-gritty. We've got Atlanta right now with that torcon of 3 out of 10. We've already had the heavy rain move through, but this is what we're talking about for later in the afternoon. So as we talk about the timing and city specific for Atlanta, the storms are going to be firing up again, we think, between 4 and 10 p.m. What have you got going on later on this afternoon? I know I'm very happy my son's soccer game was canceled because of the rain. I don't have to make that call whether or not to get him off the field. It's done because that's you want to keep everybody safe, so stay inside if you can. Isolated tornadoes, of course, of that torcon, 3 out of 10. Hail and damaging winds, at the very least, possibility with any of these thunderstorms that pop. Also keeping an eye on Birmingham there too, a 3 out of 10 on the Torcon. We're looking at breaks of sunshine actually, and as we know, that can lead to a little enhanced instability or at least help it along. So towards the afternoon, watch for some of those severe thunderstorms. Again, hail and damaging winds, all a possibility, along with tornadoes possible. So pay attention to those warnings, and we of course will bring them to you. Now, we always want you to be prepared and help get you prepared for severe weather. Earlier today, I spoke with Reuben Brown with the American Red Cross and about some key tools that will help us before and after a storm.
We've got a weather radio here. Obviously, you want to keep abreast of what's going on with the weather.
Right.
You've got non-perishable foods. You've got sturdy shoes. So when you go outside to try to clear the debris, you've got something to protect your feet. You also want to have some sturdy gloves, work gloves. If you're picking up that glass, that metal, make sure you don't cut yourself. But we also need to have the Red Cross Emergency app. That's very important.
Okay, tell me about that, because, you know, it's that simple, and it keeps you weather ready.
Well, the app is absolutely free of charge. You can go to redcross.org/apps, download it free. Available in English and Spanish. It covers 14 disasters or more. Also, you can customize alerts for your area, more than 35 alerts. So no matter where you live, work, and play, you're going to get those alerts. You can also send messages to your family if it's Aunt Sally in the tornado zone, or you got a friend in hurricane zone, or you got somebody who lives in a snowbound area. You can make sure to get messages to them. They can get messages back to you to let you know that they're safe and out of harm's way. So it's free of charge. We strongly recommend that people download it now in preparation for the severe weather that's coming this way.
And we talk so much about before the storm. You know, you have non-perishable foods here, you have medications, which we often talk about, but oftentimes we also have to deal with the aftermath, and being prepared for that is possible too. And you mentioned too in the app that's part of the information there.
It tells you what to do before, during, and after disaster. So how to get in touch with the Red Cross, how to get in touch with other agencies, where to find shelter. All of that information is in the app. We strongly recommend that people download it now. You will not regret it. I used it yesterday to check on my daughter who's in Rhode Island. 2 seconds, I got a message right back from her. So it is a great app. Strongly recommend that people download it now.
And it's such important information to think about while the weather is not tough. But we've got a couple of days of it. Stick around. I've got your 7-day stretch. That's coming up next. Not just today, but tomorrow we're dealing with severe weather threat. For a city like Atlanta, that's for you today. That's a live look right now from atop the Coca-Cola headquarters.
Well, sir, after some serious consideration, I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts? This is a devastating blow I was not prepared for.
Well, I'm going to finish packing my things. 15 years will really sneak up on you.
Jennifer will do your exit interview, and Adam made you a cake.
Red velvet.
Oh, thank you.
I made this.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Why do we do it? Why do we spend every waking moment thinking about people? Keeping you connected? Why combine performance with a conscience? Why innovate for a future without accidents? Why do any of it? Why do all of it? Because if it matters to you, it's everything to us. The XC60 crossover from Volvo. Lease the well-equipped Volvo XC60 today. Visit your local Volvo showroom for details.
Hey neighbor, this weekend only at your neighborhood Ace, buy 1 bag of Scott's Weed and Feed and get Scott's Lawn Food for free. That's a $15.99 value, because getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Right now, save on a wardrobe remix at Men's Warehouse. Select suits are on sale for $179.99. Select jeans, 2 for $100. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Need new tires? Right now at Pep Boys, when you buy 3 Falcon, Cooper, or Hankook tires, you get the 4th tire free instantly. Plus, get 6 months special financing on purchases of $199 or more with your Pep Boys credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
I will light up every room I walk into.
The Olay Regenerist Luminous Collection penetrates 10 surface cell layers deep and fades the look of dark spots for pearlescent, luminous skin. From the world's #1, Olay, your best beautiful.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Strong,
It comes from a place where raw strength is just a starting point. Where doing something means doing it right. Where unrivaled dependability is backed by the strongest warranty in the business. And the only job is a job well done. Welcome to Strongsville. Experience Cub Cadet Strong with the new XD Enduro Series. Find exceptional financing and a dealer near you.
Want a seat in every stadium in the league? MLB Extra Innings and Xfinity from Comcast put you in the front row for your favorite team wherever you live. With up to 80 out-of-market games a week, you can watch the games you want to watch all season long. Plus, with the X1 Sports app, you can get live scores in real time and easily switch between close games. Order MLB Extra Innings right now for just 4 easy payments of $49.75 each. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com/sports today.
We'll be back Monday morning with a complete wrap-up following the severe weather. A look ahead at more storms as they threaten the South once again. We'll see it Monday morning, 5 a.m. Wake Up with Al and AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. High 86. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 74. Winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 95. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Hey, good Saturday morning to you. Welcome back to Weekend Recharge. My partner Mira Loza will join us in just a few minutes, but I'm Paul Goodlow in Nashville, Tennessee, and our weather has dramatically changed since I've been here this morning. Got here last night, it was raining this morning, and the marathon went off this morning, and I think ideal conditions, temperature around 60 degrees. Now we've warmed up to 70 degrees, and we're feeling kind of a southerly wind come in. The temperature is increasing. Our dew point, or a measure of moisture or humidity of the air, that's increasing as well. Even seeing some increase in blue skies behind me as well. All this will do is give us showers and thunderstorms. Some of these could go severe. That's why we're still under a Torcon of a 3 for this area. I want to bring in our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel. And Greg, we're already seeing some thunderstorms still going at this hour of the very early afternoon and almost, I guess, not quite noon hour here across the central time zone, across areas of Missouri, even the Ohio Valley, seeing storms right now.
Yeah, and they're going to pick up in intensity as the air mass gets a little bit more unstable going through the late morning and early afternoon hours local time. You can see the circulation that's going to be largely responsible for the reintroduction of thunderstorms across this region, swirling away near Kansas City, moving across parts of Missouri. This is an upper level low. This is a cold core vortex. What that means really is that it's got some cold air aloft with it. And as it moves into parts of eastern Missouri and southern Illinois later on today, it's going to run into some warmer air that's trying to work its way northward, and that air is also going to get warmer because the sun is out there, so it's heating the ground, you're warming the atmosphere. So when you have that movement of that colder pocket aloft into some warmer air near the ground, you lead to greater instability, and I think we will see thunderstorm development and initiation in Missouri probably in the next couple of hours. You can see how the modeling handles it. They show that kind of developing across that region. Not real intense at first, but there could be some big storms, especially later on this afternoon across parts of southern Illinois, maybe not far from St. Louis, and then moving eastward and east-southeastward from there across southern Indiana and parts of northern Kentucky. Again, the possibility of severe weather with all modes really in play, hail, high winds, and maybe even a tornado or two across this region with that vigorous upper level support. We've got Torcons of 5 there across southern Illinois and Kentucky, 50% chance of a tornado within 50 miles of a point. Farther south from that, We've got Torcon's 3 over Tennessee, 30% chance there of a tornado within 50 miles of a location. Right along the Gulf Coast, guys, it is stormy times. About 75 miles to the west of New Orleans, big cluster of storms moving through with rainfall rates of 3 to 5 inches every couple of hours. So this is a lot of rain. Be prepared in New Orleans as this stormy time moves through. Maria, back to you.
And that's one of the other concerns we have, right? All of that rain, flash flooding, it's all going together. Let's see how all this plays out the next several days and get you recharged for the rest of the weekend and the week ahead in the 7-day stretch. Obviously, big focus of our coverage today will definitely be that severe weather, but we've got some pretty nice weather, albeit cool in the northeast. The southwest looking pretty good, but much welcome rain happening across the west, including some much needed mountain snow in the Sierra Nevadas. We're happy to see that. By Sunday, it moves off to the east. Another round of severe weather beginning to take shape in portions of Texas and the southern plains. That'll be the next thing that we'll keep our eye on, but drying out a little bit, at least for the southeast. But just a heads up, if you're in Orlando, let's take a live look out there right now. Have a plan B for tomorrow. Cloudy now, but showers and thunderstorms expected as we get through the day on Sunday, not to mention the heat. As you can see by Monday, Miami climbing up to 93 degrees with rain returning across the northeast as well. By Tuesday, it is cool, but it is dry across the Midwest. Still stormy and unsettled across the south and the southeast with very little happening across the west, not only Tuesday into Wednesday, but also into Thursday. This is the last day of April, by the way. Some April showers in through the mid-Atlantic and parts of the Ohio Valley as we welcome May 1st. Can you believe it? A few showers in northern and interior New England. The rest of the country pretty quiet with a few warm showers expected in through the Colorado Rockies. Notice Los Angeles at 76, but hot in Phoenix, 100 for May 1st. We'll be right back with more severe coverage.
Earning unlimited cash back on purchases, that's a win. But imagine earning it twice. Introducing the Citi Double Cash Card. It lets you earn cash back twice. Once when you buy, and again as you pay. It's cash back, then cash back again. And that's a cash back win-win. The Citi Double Cash Card, the only card that lets you earn cash back twice on every purchase. With 1% when you buy and 1% as you pay. With 2 ways to earn, it makes a lot of other cards seem one-sided.
Wow, something sounds sweet in here. Need a little honey in the bowl.
That's good. Oh, yeah.
No, must be the honey.
The final battle of Saigon has begun.
Everybody was looking for ways to get out.
If we were going to get people out, we were going to have to make it happen.
I jumped out. My brother jumped out. My mom was holding my sister. It was the first step to American freedom.
We all enter this world with a shout. And we see no reason to stop. So CVS Health is creating industry-leading programs and tools that help people stay on medicines as their doctors prescribed. It could help save tens of thousands of lives every year. And that would be something worth shouting about. CVS Health, because health is everything.
How average shirts handle the heat. How Duluth Trading Armachillo shirts handle the heat. Duluth Armachillo shirts with torso cooling technology. Crank the cold. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Unbelievable. Toenail fungus? Seriously?
Smash it with Jublia. Jublia is a prescription medicine proven to treat toenail fungus. Use Jublia as instructed by your doctor.
Look at the footwork.
Most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Smash it!
Make the call and ask your doctor if Jublia is right for you.
Visit JubliaRx.com for savings coupons.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, tomorrow at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. High 86. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 74. Winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 95. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We'll be back Monday morning with a complete wrap-up following the severe weather. A look ahead at more storms as they threaten the south once again. We'll see it Monday morning, 5 a.m. Wake Up with Al and AMHQ.
Welcome back. We have a new tornado warning right now across parts of North Florida and the Panhandle. Let's go to the radar real quick just to show you, give you an overview of where we are looking. This is in the I-10 corridor east of Tallahassee. So let's zoom in on this tornado warning right in here. You can see just to the west of Madison. This county of Madison is under the tornado warning until 1:15 p.m. Eastern time. Does include the cities of Greenville and Madison. And if you want to time it out across the region, these are the times and those locations that we think the worst part of the storm will be over. Now let's look at real quick on a high definition version of the radar. You can see that it does have a